Madhu. Hi Simran. How are you? Good to see you people. Currently offline, waiting to see you in person as well. Thanks Simran. Hi Rashmi. How are you? So my college mates also joining. Wonderful. So happy to see you. Good. I think we can start now. So let's get started. Good evening all. I am Neha Sama. Hope you and your family are really doing good and coping up with this corona pandemic period. I am sure we have found our own ways, to make this period more interesting and more encouraging for us as well as the people around us. Hi Nikhil, how are you Nikhil? Great to see you. Hi Minakshi. Okay, so firstly I would like to thank Nitin for making me a part of this wonderful platform of artists and enchanters. Really, artists are enchanters because we find some or the other means, to discover, rediscover ourselves and present it in front of our family, friends, and well wishers. So, a brief introduction of me would be an IT consultant by profession, a poet by virtue, and a groomer by passion. So, this is in short about myself. To begin with, my journey from a newborn to a poet was never a planned one, and I'm sure it is never a planned one for any of us. Hi Deepika. Hi Rashmi. Good to see you. Yeah, so let's get back to when I was in the cradle. So that is a good start, isn't it? I would love to tell my story with my poems woven in between to express my experiences. So it would be both, a small introduction about me and a poem around that introduction, why I was there, what I was feeling, and what happened when I went through the journey. Okay, so now let me reveal. I was born in the 80s and I am still in the 30s. So that is pretty much it for the calculation purpose. When you are a baby, who is the one who holds you most of the time? Can I have you help me in this by pinging it in the chat window? Which person is the one with whom we spend most of our times? The person who holds us, the person who looks after us when we are a child. Hello Mummy ji. Hi Vineet. Hey Nitin. Yes, the person who holds us and is with us throughout from day one of our journey in this world, our mother. And my first poem I would like to dedicate to my mother. The poem is titled Motherhood. So here is how it goes. Yes, Neeta, mom, yes. Yes, Mummy ji, I am also proud to be your daughter-in-law. Okay, so back to my poetry. It is motherhood. The grip, so kind and gentle. The strength of the bond, sentimental. Don't try to break. Her love is not fragmental. The first sound of expression, pain or joy, comes with no suppression. Just one touch and she needs no confession. The first step along the wall, walk, run, fumble and fall. As you grow, She sees every pain evolve. The smile on an innocent face, the happiness in every phase, every action, every move is in her gaze. The sweet dreams in a blissful sleep, round the clock, nothing more to believe. In her heart, these moments are forever to keep, isn't it? This is the journey of every mom, and now that I am a mom, I am really realizing that how wonderful and how beautiful the care given by our mothers is. It is endless. What are your thoughts on it? Yes, both mom and dad, yes, definitely. Life is not complete without them. Hey Varsha, how are you? So these were the lovely days that always remind me of the sacrifices to just see a small smile on our face. I am sure these memories have taken back each one of us to our childhood. Moving from my childhood, it came to schooling. I did my schooling from an all-girls school and was always an enthusiast in exploring new talents within myself. As each one of us has, there was a best friend who I had. Her name was Renu. Renu and I were a part of every small thing, right from going to school, having our tiffin, till the extracurricular activities which we did. We enjoyed being together, performing on stage as well as performing off stage. By the little tricks, I mean? Yes. So that is what I remember about Renu and myself. And my next poem is dedicated to her. She is the one who taught me the true value and meaning of friendship. So here it goes. Friendship. Friendship. There is no secret. There is no hurt. Pure friendship is never curt. Little there is to tell. Little there is to ask. Pure friendship forever lasts. Sheer trust and belief. Sacrifice in times of need. Pure friendship shows no greed. Utter confidence, no need for a protest. Pure friendship need not confess. Big dreams, deep faith. Pure friendship has always a promise to make. These words will always rhyme in my mind when I think of my dear friend Renu. As life took its course, we got parted, but due to that, our friendship never got departed. We always stayed in touch. She was just a call away. But nevertheless, life has to go on. Years rolled by and I graduated as a computer engineer from COEP. Through the campus interview, also got placed into the top MNC in Pune itself. I got the wings to fly. But then, is that the only thing which we desire in life? I took a pause. I thought that yes, the days during childhood were much more interesting because I used to participate in other things rather than studies as well. And so I resumed back my passion, my stage. I started dancing and performing in the corporate events. Alongside, as I danced to the tunes, I also started creating some content on blank pages. The content was all my imagination. I would like to pause here. Do we all imagine when we are just sitting, with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea? Do we really go back to our imagination land, fantasy land? What all do we imagine? Do we imagine fairies still? Do we imagine unicorns still? Do we imagine we are a princess in the fairyland? Imaginations can be anything. So my next poetry is all about what I could imagine back then. Imagination. Imagination, a bird. It takes you to the world unknown, to believe as if it were known. Imagination, an empty canvas. It takes you to emotions hidden deep, to make an impression so complete. Imagination, a kaleidoscope. It takes you through the world or swirl of dimensions to ponder on your secret inhibitions. Imagination, an ocean. It takes you by the waves of uncertainty to settle on the shore of creativity. So what are you currently imagining? Sitting back in your chair with the cup of coffee in your hand? Can I see? Can you share some of your imaginations currently running in your mind? As a child, as a friend, as a daughter-in-law, you keep imagining various things. Some of them turn real, but some of them are real in your mind, which keeps you going. Beautiful. Thank you. Such was the journey which began for a lifetime. The imaginations kept coming in the mind and making space on the blank pages in my diary. While dancing, my emotions swirled and I wrote on the piece of paper which made me express my heart. I thought writing is a very good idea. It really made me feel lighter, happier and fuller. I'll take a pause here. I would like to recollect one incident. Since we take a lot of breaks, when in office, we used to have our tea break every day. And in one of such breaks, an idea popped up in my friend's mind. Why don't we showcase something which we do other in work? Maybe we can share this, and this platform will encourage us in doing things differently. I said, okay. I went back, just took out my diary, shortlisted few of the poetries, and I was all set. Next day I was going to read it up in the canteen in front of my dear friends. So the next day came, I went to the office, there was the tea break, and I, announced, a little hesitant to start with, that, I am a secret poet and I would like to show you something, my initial work. So then I'm like, people were like, poet, when was that happened? How is it? This, that. I said, see, I'm just trying. So I don't know whether it works or not. But since you are my friends, I would like to show it in the first case, right? I read a couple of them. Some looked disinterested, what is she trying to do? Some looked as if it is not their cup of tea. But yes, there were a few who liked my attempt. They came back to share that, you know what, you could actually try that and you can work on a couple of elements and you are all set to be a poet. I said, no, not a poet. But then going back to my desk, I realized that I reread my poems. They weren't that bad. And one of the person out of the people who actually liked my first attempt is the one who is special. And my next poem is dedicated to that one and only special person in my life. Can anyone guess who is that person and what the next topic for the poetry is? Any guesses? When you are in love, you are, in the air, nothing to care. So my next topic is all about love. Love, a feeling so divine, makes existence sublime, in a blissful state with a shine. Love, a feeling so real, in heart, like oyster having a pearl, shining and reflecting emotions in a swirl. The above is a gist of what happens during the first lovey-dovey period of love. But then I got into an actual, contract with this person called marriage. And then still the love was growing, but other elements started coming to it. I started feeling love, a feeling so serene, in anything does not intervene, in every moment makes itself supreme. Love, a feeling so light, lifts spirit in tough moments upright, to drive hard situations out of sight. Love, a feeling so beautiful, makes every moment so meaningful, makes its presence in life so wonderful. And I have lived every word what has been said here. My back then best friend and now my hubby, we are going through these moments every day of our lives. And yes, there are many more to come. But I should pause here. Let me ask, how many of the audience which are there today, believe that yes, love exists in both love marriage as well as arranged marriage? Isn't it? And if it doesn't, it can be created. It's just, something which takes both the people take the opportunity to come together and show and express their love towards each other. So this is all about how my life was slowly converted into a life of a wife, as well as I am a doting mother of 2 beautiful daughters. Life went on. I slowly realized my diary was the stage and my emotions were the actors. I was liking my new discovery. And to my surprise, I felt that the poet within me was born. By the constant support and inspiration from my family and my kids, I made it a point to write poetry each and every day. If not a poetry, at least the few lines which showed my emotions for that day. I felt poetry is like giving lyrics to your emotional dance and drama. By then, the things were as usual and a small ache happened in my tooth. And guess what? It was, yes, the wisdom tooth. And it might sound childish, but I thought I was getting wiser. Since I was getting the wisdom tooth, I am supposed to get wiser. That was what I recollect we used to hear from people around in our childhood. So yes, I started exploring the world and to see the new wisdom. So when I utter this word wisdom, what comes to our mind? Where is the wisdom? Is the wisdom around us? Is the wisdom in the people who we stay with? Is the wisdom in our acts which we do every day? Where exactly is this wisdom? So I started seeing things around it critically, things around me with an eye to find wisdom. Yes, and I did find. This is the next poetry on wisdom. Wisdom. Wisdom is in an infant who has not seen the world yet knows how to survive on his own. Wisdom is in an aged person who has experiences so diverse that countless books can't converse. Wisdom is even in the puppy who has the instinct to know to whom his loyalty should go. Wisdom is in the mother who masters motherhood that nurtures a baby to adulthood. Wisdom is everywhere. Who realizes this truth rare that is written nowhere? So finally, my wisdom tooth helped me in getting wiser. And so I started enjoying the company of my thoughts and feelings. To my surprise, in order to take out time for my writing, I got more focused in doing my office work faster and better. You bet. When you are happy, it certainly translates itself to everything you do. You start appreciating everything around you, starting valuing the time you have on hand, the time you have with family, the time you have for yourself, and just everything. My next poem is about this realization of time. Time. Time is wealth. When invested wisely, delivers desires precisely. Time is health. So if you invest time in your gym and your exercise, certainly when exercised properly, nourishes body totally. Time is happiness. You do need to have moments of relaxation. When utilized to enjoyment, makes life full of excitement. Time is commitment. When given to one, strives towards its fulfillment. Lastly, time is precious. When given its apt significance, creates results of sheer elegance. Slowly and steadily, these words became my life. Now I write regularly and have come to the point that my literature is published on my FB page named Minto Words. It's been over a year now I have been writing on this page. So this is about it, the journey from my newborn to year, which is the poet. We have almost come to the end of today's poetic session, but I can't complete it without sharing with you who I am at first. Yes, as most of you are, we are women. I would not like to end my session without telling or having a gratitude towards me being a woman. Being a woman, you carry a heart which no man can ever craft. Being a woman, you can shed a tear. Its strength is every man's fear. Being a woman, you leave your nest to make a man's family succeed in every test. Being a woman, you can tolerate every ache to give birth to a baby which no man can make. Lastly, being a woman, you are beautiful inside and out. Need not prove to a man should he ever doubt. So here's a glimpse of me and my poems. The journey which has just started and awaiting lot many experiences to unleash and unfold. I would like you to leave you with a thought. There is positivity in everything that is happening around. I would not meet you in these live sessions if it was not for corona pandemic, isn't it? Yes, I know this is not a thing to joke, but corona has really given us different platforms which we could never even think of. So just one weird request I could think of, that one of my friend just called me up and said, okay, so you can write on anything, any topic, so can you write something on this corona pandemic, and that too a poem? I said, I don't know why why you're testing me or something like that. But then I thought, why not? Because if I am saying you should think positive, why can't I write something positive about this pandemic as well? And this is how it goes. I have written something on the quarantine times as well. Quarantine times. Family has never got so much time together. Family has never got so much time together. Creativity at home will go on forever. The surroundings seem so happy, for there's no pollution. Social distancing for now seems to be the only solution. Sundry jobs no more need to be done in a hurry. Setting up early morning alarms are no more a worry. It is fun doing household jobs with passion. My heart dwells on the absence of household helps with compassion. Seeking a refuge in times of need, isn't it the much awaited rejuvenation indeed? Yes, agree, COVID-19 came as a shock, but not everything it got along needs a mop. So here are the parting words from me to you to deal with the corona pandemic. Thanks for sparing your time and making this session wonderful. You can always connect to me on my Facebook page and my Instagram handle sama.neha. Thanks again. Wishing everyone luck. Stay home, stay calm and stay safe. Bye.